Let's see if we can make Standard erupt into flames with a Fire Elemental Shaman. The idea behind this deck is we are going to be trying to use Bralma Searstone and Incindius in order to do an insane amount of damage to our opponent's face, either through the eruptions from Incindius or getting additional copies of Searstone thanks to Elise's locations. Thus making it where, if we slam down a Slag Claw, we should be able to do a ton of damage to our opponent's face thanks to the Kindred ability that we'll be duplicating using Primal Fin Challenger. Before we get into the Mulligan guide, I do need to warn you that the two games in this video are going to be showing different versions. However, after much testing, this felt the more consistent variant. However, there was still one really good game with the older version that I wanted to include anyways. Though you can easily swap out the Mulligan for Challenger Seal, it's just up to personal choice. Now, for the Mulligan guide of the list, first thing you're going to be watching out for is going to be Cinder. This is your only turn 1 play. And then you're going to be looking for Triangulate or Baking Soda Volcano, as this will allow you to have an AoE removal tool against all those pesky aggro decks. X is great if you know it's going to be a slower matchup with key cards such as Dummy Warrior. And finally, any type of early minions / draw power cards are great. Now, with all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Warrior. I'm curious what they're actually playing. It could be Quest, it could be Dragon. Also, speaking of Dragon, I am happy to report on Hearthstone Replay, one of my lists is actually on the website with a positive win rate, which is nice. That being the Dragon Warrior deck that I uploaded second after the mini set came out. I'm actually really happy that at least one of my decks is not a complete meme. Because I won't lie, right now it is very, very difficult to make Hearthstone content if you aren't memeing around with a bunch of like goofy decks, right? Okay, please don't go. Ugh. Is this going to be one of the people who just like rope every turn because they can? Okay, so it's at least Quest. It could be Quest Terran, Quest Dummy, Quest Dragon. There's a bunch of different possibilities. Honestly, actually, the Warrior Quest is like one of those cards that you're just like, if you're playing a control strategy in Warrior, you might as well maybe try to use the card. Like, if you have it, I should say. I'm going to go with Xavius, because we can either coin out the Xavius next turn. Also, it looks like it's Terran. I do want to do some type of Terran, Zerg, or Protoss list. I just need to find something that is interesting to me. That is the main hurdle right now, is I for the life of me can't decide anything that would be super interesting that involves any of those. I know, like, the most interesting Terran list right now in Standard is the Paladin list using the egg. That's a real neat idea, but there's nothing I can add to that discussion for that deck, so that's why I haven't done it. It's been a while. I guess I could look at, like, if there's anything that enables a Zerg deck a little bit better than previously. Okay, what do we want to do here? I think we slam down Xavius. See what we can grab. Barma? Also, if I butcher this card's name, I am so sorry. I'll probably call her Searstone from this point forward. Just because Searstone is a lot easier to say than her first name. I just know my faults when it comes to, like, pronouncing things, and my brain can't compute. I'm curious if she's supposed to be, like, a pun on, like, Bulma from, like, Dragon Ball Z plus Magma. There's probably an actual real name she's probably, like, a pun for. Also, how are y'all liking the puns for, like, titles in videos? I know I don't have... My audience isn't all native English speakers, but sometimes some of the puns are just, like, funny enough. I hope it translates well. The video that goes up before this one, I think I used sore losers like dinosaur. That was real fun to do. I did Crush for Amalgam Hunter because it's spelled with a K. because, you know, the mask is reference King Crush. Okay, how do I want to do this? I think we do Slag Claw. I really wanted to, like, wait another turn, but I think this is just what we gotta do. Oh, I guess we could have coined Bulma down, or Searstone out, but this is okay, too. It's too late now. Really? Oh, also, I really hope you like Shaman, because uh there will be another Shaman video on the channel soon, right? Uh, I'm just gonna straight up be honest with you. I had another Shaman list planned to put out before this, and then I saw some people, including Funky Monkey, talking about Elemental Shaman, and I'm like, man, it is kind of a disappointment that they are not using Searstone, and I really wonder if there's a way that I could build a deck that uses her and then maybe uses Elise to get additional copies, because that's really the only way that you can get additional copies. If they, for some reason, add a elemental tag to her in the nearby future, I might redo this deck to use like Cloud Serpent, and then we could cut about a lot of the like Elise package, right? I it just depends. Also, I say there was supposed to be a shaman deck before this, but there is actually kind of a decent. No, there isn't. I've had some really fun games with this deck. The other deck I've had fun games too, but it's one of those decks that doesn't really use too many new cards. So I'm trying to weave one centered around newer cards and old cards in, right? And while this doesn't really use any mini set cards, it does use main set cards. I honestly cannot wait until the next expansion. I I, I need something new. I legitimately was looking at like decks with positive win rate today, and like 80% of the card or decks all use cards from uh the older sets. Like Dragon Warrior definitely uses newer stuff, but like that's one deck. I guess Quest Paladin also uses newer stuff. But like Quest Paladin is just the same as aggro slot Paladin, but at least it has a tribal synergy, truthfully. Oh, actually, speaking of Quest Paladin, would you all be interested in a Bayfin like control Quest Paladin, where you're basically trying to use Bayfin and Dirty Rat as a way to like drag key minions out of your opponent's hand? I don't know. Maybe that could be fun. Like I've been trying to figure out a way to do the quest without it just being, here's the quest, woo, right? You know, I should have used our location here before we did this. That's okay. But yeah, also the other shaman list that you'll be seeing is centered around Zephyrs and using like Cloud Serpent and stuff to uh like maximize the chance of getting maybe like Doom Hammer or Rockbiter weapon, so we can then use the elemental that gives your hero Wind Fury and +1 attack. The deck is fun. It's using a lot of cards that not a lot of people are like utilizing, but earlier in testing this showed a little bit more potential, and I rediscovered I had a Searstone signature, which is why we're doing this deck first. And also again, like newish cards, right, compared to Perils cards. Well, I'll still, even though both are coming out in the same week, we might move something like in between instead of doing Shaman Shaman. It might be Shaman I think I'm looking at Druid as the other class that I'm kind of looking towards maybe doing something with. And then Shaman. I am a little bit worried that we are going to run out of cards to do enough damage. Also, some of the late game or late testing choices that I've made in this deck, I streamed this game or deck and got after the stream I was around 20-ish games and the deck was not performing where I wanted it to. So I tested it a little bit longer afterwards, changing out a few more cards and getting more used to like this final-ish version. And so far it's been testing a little bit better. Maybe my MMR is like so bad in the toilets that that's the reason, but like also I haven't ever okay, I get it. The old quest for Warlock was always like one of the worst quests in the world, but man, I did not realize how awful it was. To be fair, the last time I played it was like Twist, right? And I didn't play much of the original Ungoro, so I didn't remember about it, but boy, that card was horrendous. Like, didn't they print Niru, who was basically just a better version of it a few years later? Sure, it required your deck to be empty, but like, endless wave, it's just insane. Okay, I'm trying to maximize, like, I want to draw into Shutter Block. That is the thing I want to do. Okay, Galvagon. Okay, just don't have... Would they even be able to win the game instantly if they had Time Warp? I don't think they would, right? Give us a little bit more armor. The amount of armor we've gained this game is actually kind of insane. Like, I really do like the Frosty Decor package within this list. Oh, the other Shaman list is essentially Razzler Dazzler Shaman. If you all remember that deck, okay. Agatha doesn't really do anything. We can... Actually, I think it will draw us one Frosty Decor, which is fine. Then we get a little bit more minions. They have 75 HP. We have not that many cards left in the deck. If we draw into Shutter Block before they use Hydration Station, I think we're good. What? Did they just... Is the animation for that card disabled? Hey, Shutter Block. Would have figured. That just went through really, really quickly, right? Or did I accidentally animation cancel it? I don't think I did. Okay, Mega Fin. I do remember trying to make Mega Fin work in Twist. I do have memories of trying to make that work. It sadly did not. I think I even uploaded a video based off of it, too. Okay. Going for Elise, get a copy, a little bit more armor. Get an R1. Spell damage probably will come up. And armor. Copy. Perfect. Okay, so we only have one card left in the deck. The funny thing is, I'm like, man, they have a bajillion armor. But we also have kind of a bajillion armor. Oh, in hindsight, we should have just put down the other location. It's not like they were going to have Garrison, whatever, Deconstructor. Is that what it's called? It's the tradable minion that destroys a location. Oh no, did they DC? Please don't tell me they DC this far into the game. Come on, I think this is a really cool game. I think theoretically we have this still. Or did I DC? Okay, no, they DC'd. 15 minutes into the game. I think we'd be... Okay, how much damage would they have on board if they were actually here? So 9 plus 8, 17, and plus 2, which is 19. Okay, so they wouldn't have it, I don't think. Okay, we can trade. Slam down Insidious. This will be 15 into the deck, and they should all do +4 damage at the end of the turn. And then 1 additional damage. I think it's only the first one that will do the 1 additional damage, but I could be wrong. Okay. Also, I can't believe it. I end stream and I have this type of luck against people. Oh, that feels so awful. They are there. Okay. They get to trade their minions. Yeah, get rid of ours. I mean, honestly, it wouldn't matter too much. Oh, well, it's fine. All the eruptions are going to go off. That's 60 damage. I can't believe it, though. We end stream, and about 8 games after I end stream, we do 60 points of damage with all these eruptions. Oh, we're still 15 damage off, though. And we kind of have to use the Slag Maw this turn, right? Because otherwise we don't have the Kindred that will be triggered. It's so funny seeing their HP just go down and down and down. I think... Wait a second. Wait, this triggers twice, right? So it'll be 2 damage a pop times 1, 2. That's 16! We did it! Oh, the math! I think it's a little bit too soon probably for balancing changes, but you never know. It's Hunter. I'm going to keep Baking Soda because it is our, like, 1 AoE in the list. I thought about using, like, Lightning Storm instead, but I just like this a little bit better. Oh, they have the little rabbit, and it's a light version of it? Interesting. I think I've only seen, like, 2 people with the little pet. I really like the pet. It's not worth $158 or whatever it's cost to, like, guarantee it, which is why I don't go for it, right? I probably will never go for a pet until, like, I can directly buy it. If I can directly buy it, then I'll buy one, but, like, I'm not... I don't want to feed into the gambling. I'm very, very tempted at maybe feeding into the gambling for... What am I trying to think? For the Yogg skin, but, like, outside of that, I'm gonna go with Triangulate, because this way we can use or get more baking soda volcanoes in the list. And we do have a way to directly draw into them, which is nice. Okay, there's Elise. I was kind of hoping for something that would be direct damage, but we can grab the primal. Okay. Yeah, I think... Oh, yeah, we definitely get rid of this. I guess we could, like, wait. No, well, they have the coin. Yeah, we can't do that. I was like, we could wait a turn, but I know my luck and my opponent will probably either slam down the RC 4-mana spell, or they'll slam down Supreme Dinomancy, and neither of which are something that I actually want to deal with. Oh, interesting. Oh, they randomly generated it, so... Oh, they got this from their little gamble thing. Interesting. Oh, they definitely pulled for everything. I feel bad if they legitimately pulled for everything, and let's do this. Because that gets it in rotation. There is a chance that our opponent just like leaves this up for a turn. If they leave it up for a turn, we'll slam this down and then we'll. They are leaving it out for a turn. If we had one more mana, that would be really, really nice. Knowing my luck, I'm going to do this, and then none of these are going to go face. I mean, clear out the minions. I was really hoping it would clear. Okay, never mind. Game listened to me. The funny thing is, if they trigger this, it might trigger both of these. One HP. One copy and armor? Like, neither of those are what I want, but I want the armor. I'm gonna grab the Hex, because I think the Hex eventually will be good. Again, that sucks, but I think we're fine, right? Because we can just use baking soda or, well, okay, we didn't put any elementals down, so we can't get extra damage there, but the Divine Shield kind of sucks. Oh, thanks for the follow, Chucks. Okay, let's. What do I want to do this? I think we pop this and I might look into it, but I usually don't add random people. I'm just giving you a little heads up. That's the honest truth. So don't expect anything. But glad you like the gameplay. We try to focus on like decks that are like really, really unique at least. Okay. I mean, the game's just like, hey, I heard you like to like clear out their board whenever they slam anything down. Here, just keep on going, I guess. Annoying, but that's okay. The game's just like, hey, here you go. This would backfire otherwise, right? Because it could not clear stuff. So we got Sizzling Storm for next turn. We can do Sizzling Storm and Challenger. The deck the weird thing about this deck is, oh. If only we had a baking soda to like clear this out. Okay, good, 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 good. Let me clear some minions out so I can. It's fine though. Yeah, hit here, please. And then this hits here. Or face. That's okay too. Okay, this is this is one of the replays that I really wanted to showcase anyways. So we hit this, we slam down this one, we get an additional copy, so each of these will do 4 instead of the normal 2, which is really, really nice. Maybe I miscounted there. Slam one of these down. I guess we hex this just because we can. And then we can slam down Shelter Seal next turn, I guess. They're probably going to hit into this, I'd assume. I'm trying to think of, like, what gets them out of this scenario. That doesn't really do it. I would love to see Slag Claw as the top deck. I know it probably won't happen, but it would be funny if it did. Oh, shit. Okay. Like, I want to bounce this back, but, like... Oh, I'm just dumb. This is just game. Perfect. All right, now we're through the game. Let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So I ended up playing 30 games with the deck. Between the first 20 games, it had a 30% win rate, but afterwards, it had a 46% win rate, which honestly wasn't as bad as I expected. It does demonstrate the main problem with the Cinder package. It's basically just a weaker version of the Asteroid package, since it can only do 2 damage per Cinder that is destroyed, unless you have Searstone, who is not an elemental. And because of that, she's actually pretty hard to actually trigger the Kindred off of Slag Claw. This deck does maximize the amount of bonus effect that you're going to be getting off of her, thanks to the lease location. But overall, unless you're really looking for a deck to use her in, I might skip out on this until it gets some buffs. There's a few ways Blizzard could easily fix this by either making the Cinders do 1 additional damage, or maybe making some of the higher cost cards in the package cost a little bit less. Overall, though, it is a real fun deck, and if you're looking for something a little bit unique, try it out. Like always, if you enjoy the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye-bye.